Problem.
For
yeah,
sure.
That's the latest. I-40 eastbound.
Well,
looks like some.
no, we're zooming in. Not really. Maybe you
Some
can
type of
tell.
parcel.
I can't tell. You know, the good thing involved in this too is the driver's not injured.
Good.
There's no injuries, but there's a lot of stuff laying on the road. Whatever it is, it's going to take a while to clean up.
All right. Jim Gardner over the scene, and Bob Mills, Sky News 9 again. I-40 eastbound, blocking the Kilpatrick exit or on-ramp, if you will.
Well, there you go.
Oh, geez.
You didn't want
what
to
a great
be...
way! What a great way to start the show, right there. You know, we've peaked already, and we're not even a minute in. Well done, you. That was a truck full of pleasure toys, shall we say?
Yeah, marital aids.
Well, all I will say is this. Yeah, Beats and Tape says free toys for the ladies. I disagree. I think that there's perhaps now going to be a load of disappointed ladies who may not receive an order.
Yeah. Imagine if you'd had to... Imagine if you were on a motorbike. You could fall off on those things. You know, I bet they're slippy.
And I wonder if they are lithium ion now. Do they charge? Are they lithium ion? Because they could be a fire hazard as well. Yeah, if that's the case,
they really could be a fire hazard.
Yeah. So these are things. These are the important questions that we are here tonight to ask and to possibly answer. Who knows? Good evening. Well, and welcome, John.
Welcome to you too. So as you know, Mr. Hamza has been in the news a lot for a variety of reasons, I would say. I'm not quite sure if they are legitimate or not, but there's a guy claiming, right? This guy was a long-standing, what would you call it, SNP party, up-and-coming member of the SNP, and he claimed that his seat effectively was taken off him, and someone else was given it to run in it because it was a pretty safe seat and they were almost guaranteed election, and by Jove, she got elected to Westminster as an MP. And he's saying it was rigged. And he says the SNP took the seat off him because he should have been the SNP candidate.
I mean, let's look at the last few years. Let's say 4 years of SNP rule, and wonder would you put it past them to do something like that? Would you, John?
No, I don't think I would. I think they're pretty much capable of almost anything because, in fact, almost everything they've said has been a lie.
Well, they do like lying.
Yeah, they do, and they like failing.
John, put me on big screen a sec, because I just want to make a quick appeal directly to Police Scotland. Police Scotland, you have the motorhome. Check what's lining the walls. Just check. I'm telling you, something's there. Check the walls.
So, well, I'd like to talk about this next article in which police were called after the partner of an SNP politician at the centre of...
You can't talk about it. You can't talk about it, John. But I think I need to do the Thug Life meme because I can talk about it. So an SNP politician, well, the husband of an SNP female politician, is alleging that his wife has had an affair with another high-ranking SNP politician. Now, no names are out there because, as the press say, legal reasons, which means despite the fact that the SNP and Mr. Yusuf are denying any affair took place, there appears to be some kind of injunction on
Yeah.
this story.
Yes, there appears to be some kind of injunction in force. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I can't understand why anyone would need to go and seek an injunction when nothing's happened.
Well,
Allegedly.
it boggles the mind because why?
Baffled. I'm baffled.
I'm truly baffled, Hamza. Truly baffled. Why would you need to seek an injunction, Hamza? If you had done nothing wrong, Hamza, why would you need, Hamza, to seek an injunction, Hamza? I'm just wondering why you would do that, Hamza.
Oh, thought I heard the door.
Police Scotland.
Go away! No coming out!
It's Hamza. Open the door.
No, he's in Dubai.
Look, all I'm saying is it does seem like there are some shenanigans afoot. Now, I am not there. I don't know the ins and outs of all of it. You're not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what I can talk about, though. I can talk about the fact that he's given away £10 million to countries basically in Africa who are more corrupt than the most corrupt country in Europe. Because
you mean Ukraine?
if you've ever been to Africa or done any business with Africa, you know that the place is corrupt. I mean, I was telling Ben the other day, I was working for an oil company once and we had to send 3 routers out because we knew at least one of them would go missing. And
Yeah, of course.
it's just the cost of doing business in Africa.
Now, I hear you, and I hold the same concern as you because, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm aware, the Scottish government has no remit to provide any foreign aid to anybody.
You're 100% correct. Foreign relations is a reserved affair.
Reserved to Westminster.
Reserved to Westminster, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Hamza Yusuf is giving out Scottish taxpayers' money when he has no remit to do so
it's
to a foreign nation.
Yeah, and it's worse than that, really, because it's not just Scottish taxpayers' money, it's possibly English taxpayers' money as well.
Yeah, no, I think so, because obviously they get a budget directly from Westminster.
Yeah, and right, there's a £1 billion hole in the budget. So he's giving away money he doesn't have.
A politician giving away money he doesn't have?
Yeah.
Colour me shocked, colour me surprised that a politician, Hamza, is giving away money, Hamza, that you don't have, Hamza, and sleeping with women you're not married to, Hamza. What?
If you haven't, people, go and have a look and see what Hamza's been up to, because I can talk about Hamza, because Hamza is a fictional character that exists only in my mind and in YouTube videos.
Yeah, he's a parody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. He is a parody.
But sometimes I think Hamza's actually more true to life than Hamza.
He almost definitely is. He's like Hamza's true inner monologue.
Yeah.
So speaking of parody, speaking of all of that, boys and girls, you know, I know, everybody knows, it's that time of year. It's back. Ladies and gentlemen, you can, of course, sponsor my balls. And some of you have over the course of the last few days. So, as usual, we will show off the balls that are going on the Chasing Dissent Christmas tree. The first one here is from Robin. And Robin says, Ben's balls rock. Yes, they do. In more ways, Robin, than you will ever know. Yes, they do. And then we got a pair here, right? We got a pair. And these ones are from Old Git. Right? They're from Old Git. And the first one says bold to Chris. And the second one says Lock Temus. But you put them together, it says bollocks to Christmas. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Is that right? Is that it? Is that any more balls?
That's it for now. So thank you very much for those who have sponsored my balls, and if you wish to do so, right there in the chat, paypal.me/wheeliebricks, £10 or more if you feel like it. You can sponsor a ball on the 6-footer, on the massive tree. He has girth. He has... so thank you. Anyway, thank you. And if you do wish to sponsor a ball or more, then yeah, links are there, of course. Right. What else have you got for me, John?
Well, I've got this for you, Ben. Unfortunately, there was a bit of an incident in Paris the other night, and
There was.
yeah, 1 killed, 2 wounded in suspected terror attack in Paris. Witnesses say the attacker shouted, "Allahu Akbar."
Alan Snack Bar.
Yep, and then stabbed people.
And then the one that unfortunately lost their life at the hands of a hammer.
Ooh.
Which is absolutely brutal, devastating, and I believe in front of his own family as well.
Yeah.
Just absolutely terrible, absolutely ridiculous. But what's even more ridiculous is this man had already served time. He was already on their watch list for planning pretty much the very same attack.
Yep.
Beforehand.
He had he'd been incarcerated, in fact, in 2016, had he not?
For 4 years.
Yeah.
For 4 years.
But he didn't serve 4 years, did he?
He was released. I believe he was incarcerated for more than 4 years, but was released in 2020.
I thought he was released before 2020.
But still,
But anyway,
regardless of that, he was very well known to security services. He was very well known to the police. He was on watch lists, and he was incarcerated previously for planning such an attack. Now, all of this, to me, is so much of a red flag that you wonder how this man managed to actually carry this out. Because regardless of whether he's a French national, a French citizen, or an immigrant, if you're on such a list and you're that high a risk, the security services are failing the public by allowing this to happen. Put it that way.
yeah.
And if you are a foreign national, how is he still in France? How is he still in France?
Well, the thing is,
he's a foreign national.
I think he was a foreign national to start with. I think he's naturalised. But the thing is, there's no reason not to take that off someone if they've. That's what America does. If you get caught being a really bad boy in America, you'll go to jail. And when you get out, you'll just get sent back to Australia or Britain or Germany or whoever you came from. You'll just get sent straight back. Yeah. That's what happens.
Yeah. I'm shocked that these things keep happening. I mean, there was one, I spoke about it just a few days ago. There was one in France recently this year that involved lots of children in a play park. Do you remember that, John?
Yeah, I do.
John's lost his camera.
Yeah, but you keep going, I'll be back.
And they just said, oh, this is a mental health incident. I don't think it was. I don't think it was a mental health incident at all. I believe that's what they rename these things in order to try and downplay the threat of this type of terror. And this type of terror, the threat is very real, people. It is very real. But I don't know, and I don't have the answers on how we do something about it, because it's ideologically driven, it's religiously driven. Usually, you know, people will say, oh, it's nothing to do with a ideology or religion, but actually it's probably the most literal definition and translation of that ideology. And the question is, with billions of people ingratiated in such an ideology, how do you begin to unpack, face, and do something about it? And I don't have the answers. I don't.
If you want the answer, Does this sound okay? Yeah.
Yeah, you sound good.
If you want the answer, go and read my article at chasingdissent.com.
Well, there you go. John thinks he has the answer. Chasingdissent.com. Go and read his article.
Yeah.
But I do believe that this religious / ideologically based terror is the biggest threat when it comes to terror attacks on the general public. I believe that. And if people wish to counter me and say, no, it's the far right, I'd like to see some proof of that. Now, I'm not saying that they're not a problem. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that we see far more of this type of attack than we do out of anything that comes out of the alleged or so-called far right. So
there we do.
I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'm not claiming to have the answers, but what I'm saying is this is a threat. It's on the rise again because it disappeared for some time, didn't it? Completely disappeared. And now that the coup is over, it seems to be back.
Yeah, but I mean, I told you it was coming. I wrote that article at the end of September, I think, and I told you this was coming. I mean, you don't need to believe me, and I hate to say it, I was right. So,
I'm not disbelieving you, but what I am saying is something needs to be, well, the whole situation needs to be spoken about honestly by the people in charge.
Yeah.
That's the first step that needs to be taken.
But it
needs to be spoken about honestly.
It isn't. That's the problem. Nobody's prepared to address these issues because they don't want. They're not prepared for someone to call them the R word. And you know what? Just because someone calls you the R word doesn't mean that you are. You know.
Let me just say something, and this is true. Ideology is not race.
No,
I'm sorry, but it just isn't. Because anybody of any race or any color or any background can join and form and be an adherent to any ideology.
Yeah, so, I know. But it's people. The left are just they have weaponized what they think are tropes, right? And they've basically just weaponized these tropes and apply them willy-nilly on anyone who doesn't see or see things their way, who doesn't agree with their thinking, who doesn't embrace everyone. And for some reason, the left seem to think there are no bad people in the world other than the far right. Right? Okay.
Well, as somebody who has taken another political compass test recently and is still apparently of the left, I can tell you there are bad people in this world.
Oh yes,
yes,
but you're not the type of person, right? So it doesn't matter what you call yourself. You are not like these people, right? These people
aren't left wing.
No, these people have left the reservation, right?
Yeah,
that's how left they are, right? They have left the reservation. They have gone off down a route that no one really should have gone off down. Okay, and they seem to think that the world exists in some kind of, there's some kind of nirvana that they can love everyone and everyone will love them back. And it's not going to happen. And it doesn't happen. And it's proven time and time again that their thinking is wrong. And yet they will not accept it.
And then they create these things and they say, oh, look, these people of this race need a safe space, which is racial segregation, which is racism.
Yeah,
and they'll say, these people of this race, I mean, these are the most racist, sexist, often homophobic people going, and they think they're the good guy. They really do.
They do, I know. They do.
And they don't, but the thing is, don't understand what they're doing.
It's like LGBTQ plus for Palestine. They don't have a clue what they're talking about. I mean, they just don't have a clue because, you go there and see how far you get. If that's the side that you bend to, right? You go to Palestine and see how far you get.
Yeah. It is a nonsense. It is a nonsense. I mean, Alex Stein, comedian on Blaze TV, he went into his local city hall with a Gays for Palestine t-shirt on and started doing a song and a speech.
Yeah.
And it's just some of the stuff he said. It doesn't matter that they throw my brothers and sisters off roofs and things like.
Well, I know, and I mean, and then you get the people that are apologists, right, and say that this is only a small proportion of that religion that does that kind of thing. But the problem is that religion is massive, and a small proportion of that religion is still millions and millions of people, not tens,
Exactly,
not hundreds of thousands, but millions and millions of people.
Exactly.
In fact, sometimes hundreds of millions of people.
Well, exactly. And, at the end of the day, as long as I don't care who you pray to, I really don't.
Yeah.
What I care about is the actions that you take and whether or not, if you're going to come to a place like here with liberal Western values, I know you don't like us hippy dippy liberals so much, John, but if you're going to come to a place with liberal Western values, you've got to respect that this is how we wish to live. We're not going to bend and change our ways to become more conservative, because let's face it, they're extremely conservative. If you don't like conservatives, you're not going to like one of the most conservative ideologies on the planet. I would just say. But that's just me. I just think if you want to integrate into a Western liberal way of life, brilliant, welcome, come, enjoy yourself, have a great time. If you want us to end our way of life and bend our freedoms to the will of your ideology, I don't think that the West is for you. It's as simple as that. But there are plenty of countries that live like that. And you know what? I'm not here to judge. If people want to live in a country, and I know many people can't escape, and that's another story, but if people want to live in a country ruled extremely conservative, women, lower class citizens, essentially, people not allowed to love who they like, for example, that's their choice. They want to live like that, they can live like that. I don't wish to live like that. I wish to live in a free and open society that accepts everybody and that is accepted by everybody. And I know that does sound like a hippy dippy, fantasy land, like you were saying, John, but that is how it should be. It's not how it is.
Yeah. In fact, actually, let's just nip to this. And I think this kind of sums up people these days. And when I say people these days, I probably mean people that are 35 and under, and I'm not really counting you in that, but you know what I mean.
No, I'm old. I'm an old man stuck in a younger man's crippled body. That's me.
So here we have a lion getting ready for lunch, shall we say? Okay.
Yeah.
And this was a video, and I'm not going to play the video. I'm just going to show you a little clip. But what gets me is Animal Smackdown here says, "Why doesn't the cameraman help?" And my reply was, I thought the lion was doing pretty good on its own. So I don't think it needed help. But
no, I don't.
That's what the world is, though. The world is a cruel and sometimes harsh place to be in. Yeah. And, that's how it happens. And if you're not looking after yourself and your team aren't looking after you, then that's what's going to happen to you.
But it's not only that. Boys and girls, if you're actually asking seriously why a cameraman is not stepping in to stop a lion getting its lunch, it is because the cameraman does not wish to be the lunch.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that.
Exactly.
And I tell you, if the cameraman did step in, the lion would look at him and go, look at his big goat or whatever it was. He was pounds. Look at the young man with the camera and go, oh, look, an hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a mountain lion, right?
Right.
Now, have you ever? I've spoke to you before about missing 411, the people that go missing in national parks.
Yeah.
They just disappear. 1 minute they're there, the next minute they're gone. And I think a lot of it is those buggers. It's mountain lions. Because
mountain lions,
they're big, And they're very capable of taking down an adult human. Because look what it's taken on just now. I bet you couldn't knock that antelope over, you know?
No, like I say, in comparison to an antelope, the man is the starter. He's a start. The antelope is a lovely big buffet dinner.
Exactly.
Oh, look, a snack.
A snack.
A snack.
I'm having a 2-courser today.
But yeah, these people are, as the French say, the French saying for being late, en retard. These people that ask that sort of question, you know, they're late in French. That is a fact. And if you're enjoying this show, boys and girls, don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course hit the share button. We really do appreciate your shares. If you want to support us further, there are other ways. We will get to them later in the show. Anyway, John.
Right, so speaking about mountain lions, these guys aren't. So apparently Ant and Dec don't want any more politicians on their show. Is it their show or this show? After Nigel Farage's 1.5 million payout. Right, one, did he get paid more than they did? Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Is he a bigger draw than they are? Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. So I don't understand what their beef is, because they're getting paid to do a job of telling poorly written jokes on live television, and that appears to be it.
They stand there and read either a card or the teleprompter.
Yeah.
That is Ant and Dec's job. Read the card, read the teleprompter, and yes, at some point I will get a teleprompter in here. But that's not the point. The point is, why don't they want any more politicians on the show? Because if this show is about seeing people that you don't like being, quote, I want to say the word tortured.
It should be nothing but politicians.
It should be nothing but politicians.
In fact,
it should be rename the show. I'm a politician. Get me out of here.
In fact, what they should do is reschedule the show, and when Parliament breaks up for the summer, they should all be sent to some jungle somewhere and put through trials to see who the next Prime Minister's going to be, as voted for by the great British public. How fair would that be? How fair would that be? Rishi
has eaten the udder and the testicle. Now, Boris, if you eat the penis, you can be Prime Minister.
Well, no, it all depends on how many votes they get. I mean, how fair would that be? That's what we should do. I think we should start a petition saying British Prime Ministers should be elected by the people after a trial by combat. Just to make it
even more deadly, we've chucked 16 pythons and 40 black widows in there with you. Have fun.
Whoa. You had me going there when you said black widows. But anyway, yeah, that's what Tony says. Yeah, John, that's democracy done right.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Anywho, I'm not seeing the likes go up on the live show, and I'm offended. Now,
while the next slide may be slightly insensitive, I think it also tells a tale.
Okay.
You know, and I think it's quite appropriate.
Show me. Let's see it. I'm gonna have to.
So it's William Houghton, funeral directors. Okay, and in the window in homemade letters, he has pasted "Thank you NHS" with a big love heart underneath it.
You've given me the least work going for
Well, they probably gave him loads of work, didn't they?
Ah, yes, loads of work.
Loads of money.
Right.
Loads of money. So, yeah.
It's raining money. Money.
And from our friend Latimer Alder, this lovely slide as to how green energy works. Okay,
Okay.
And I think this explains it perfectly.
Well, you
So-
mean it doesn't?
Well, no, it does explain it perfectly. Old energy
No, I
was
mean it doesn't work.
yeah, but old energy was power station, and with nice unspoiled countryside and birds flying through the air. New energy is a power station with things that kill birds, so no birds left, and loads of unsightly windmills all over the place that either fall apart or catch fire or don't make electricity because there hasn't been any wind in Scotland for about 10 days.
Ah, yes. Well,
So
there's
over
been
the-
plenty of snow.
Yeah, but over the last week or so, I think for the UK,
One-
wind power has been round about 2 or 3%.
Yeah, but also, how many of your turbines froze up?
Well, they have to keep them turning, right? So when there's no wind, they have diesel generators on site that provide electric power to turn the windmills. Because if they freeze up, you know, the gearboxes and all that, and then it starts blowing wind, the next thing you know, the
You
windmills
mean the
falling
gearboxes
over.
that are full of gallons and gallons
Oh,
and gallons of oil? Those gearboxes.
86 gallons per gearbox, I think. Or is it 890 gallons per gearbox? Something like that.
Just full of oil. Just
Yeah.
full of oil. Remember though, guys, just stop oil. Just stop oil, because if you just stop oil, you also just stop the fucking windmills.
So, yeah.
We all go back to the Stone Age. We find a cave to live in, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And you know what? You know there was a guy froze to death here in Scotland in a car.
yes.
Yeah, because it got down to about -9, -10 or something, and a homeless guy who was living in his car died.
Yeah.
Basically froze to death. Now, people keep banging on about when there's a snowfall and cars get stuck on roads. They're usually stuck for a day, right? And they keep banging on about electric cars and how everybody's going to freeze to death in their electric cars. Well, that's not really strictly speaking true, because I just want to clear up a bit of a myth here. See the electric heater in an electric car.
Yeah.
They're usually really, really efficient, right? And they'll run for days because they use the same battery as the car uses to drive, okay?
Yeah, of course.
So if the car's not driving, all it's doing is powering that heater. That battery will run that heater for about 3 or 4 days
Well, as long as you've got
half
the key in the
on half a charge.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as long as you've got the key in the ignition slightly turned, you should get the heater going.
Oh yeah, all you need is on accessory mode, right? And in fact,
Yeah.
on some cars, you don't even need the ignition on because you can control them from an app.
Oh my god! I mean,
You know, I used to have.
My-
Do you know I used to have an electric car at one point?
you had it for like a day, didn't you?
No, I had a Hyundai Ioniq that I leased, and it was absolutely brilliant in cold weather, right? Because
Right.
one thing, it's quite heavy because it's got that battery dead low. I put winter tires on it, and you could drive it anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, it was plugged in at the house on a charge, right?
Yeah.
And it was set that it would be charged and ready to go at 7 o'clock in the morning. So at 7 o'clock in the morning, it would have finished charging and be on 100%, but it would also have preheated the cabin to 22 degrees by the time I stepped into it.
That's efficient right there.
It was really, really good.
Yeah, that is efficient. Shalini says John had a toy car. I'm shocked for the
And-
call, folks.
They were really, it was really fast as well.
I'm not suggesting it wasn't. Do you know you can get a toy car, a remote controlled toy car now
Yeah.
that goes 155 miles an hour?
Yeah. It was the Ionic.
100
It was the Ionic I hit the deer with.
Oh.
Yeah, it jumped out in front of me.
But yeah, this toy car, I was watching it the other day. It can accelerate faster than the fastest supercars. So it can do them on a drag race.
Yeah, it's crazy. Right,
That's insane.
it is indeed. Anyway, actual pictures. I think from Scotland over the last 3 or 4 days.
Let's see.
That's this is some clown's idea of a fashion show. I mean, this is like Joey out of Friends, or like somebody just got up and put the bed on.
I can't believe what gets me. What gets me is the audience all sitting there. And they're just sitting there watching this shit. Oh yeah, so it's very lovely. Oh, I'm a pretentious person.
I mean,
I'd be going, what the fuck? This isn't fashion. You've just dumped some blankets on them.
the thing is, they can't use their arms.
Oh, no.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, it is. It is ridiculous. Yeah.
And
But it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, it is what it is, and this is how the other half live. This is how the other half live. They genuinely, and the thing is, they're making millions doing this shit. They're making millions, and people turn up and they pay thousands of pounds for tickets to sit and watch this shit.
Indeed.
We don't charge you thousands of pounds. We'll come and do a live show for you. We'll even try, probably fail, but we'll try and make you laugh.
So, speaking of laugh, we have a little slide here from our friend Julie.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So apparently Newport Council didn't quite get their Welsh right when they did their road signs. So
Right.
they have signs that are banning valleys and warn drivers of belching.
Look, those valleys are dangerous places to be.
Yeah.
Flash flood and you're in a valley, you are fucked. Absolutely fucked.
And you've got to watch out for cyclists belching.
Of course you've got to watch out for cyclists belching because, you know, at the end of the day, when someone has been cycling extremely hard and they decide to belch, that could create a shockwave that creates an next earthquake or causes a tidal wave. You've got to watch out for these things.
See, I'm kind of assuming that, and I might be wrong here, but I'm kind of assuming that Welsh is a bit like Gaelic in Scotland. Nobody's fucking interested in speaking it, right? But they spend a fortune making every sign bilingual, right? When there's only like 6 people can speak it. And then they have to go and they don't even make up new words. The language is so dead that they don't make up new words. And when something new is invented, like a hospital or a helicopter, they just use the English word.
I mean, let's face it. From what I know of the Welsh language,
it goes like this: goobly 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 gawk, goobly goobly boss.
But no, from what I know of the Welsh language, but for the most part, they completely forgot that vowels exist. So they just go.
Yes, gonna have a consonant, please, Carol.
Oh, Carol. Have you got her? Have you got a picture of Carol?
No, I don't. I forgot.
Carol Vorderman these days and this is just my opinion, but she looks like if an adult entertainment company sold a blow-up doll of Carol Vorderman.
So, pardon me. Speaking of the cold, this is apparently it's been the coldest start to December in Europe for 20 years. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Yeah, I know, it would be good. I'm not sure they can hear you on this one, but they can hear me. But yeah, it's pretty damn cold out there, isn't it, in Germany?
Das ist gut. Das ist sehr gut.
Yeah.
Das ist chilly.
And just to contrast that, do you remember we said Ed was, with the fishies last week? We weren't actually joking. He is.
No, we weren't.
He is indeed with the fishies. And there's some of his. Can you speak?
Yeah, I'm speaking. I'm just looking.
Right, they should be able to hear you now, I think. So yeah.
Oh well, I can hear me as well.
Yeah, that's the snag. But there's Ed sleeping with the fishies.
It's lovely. It's wonderful, isn't it? And that's on a GoPro.
Yeah, yeah.
GoPro, which is largely owned by the Walt Disney Corporation.
I said, oh, look, Ed, you can see the curvature of the Earth.
I bet he loved you for that.
He came back. What? He comes back. He goes, no, it's a wide angle lens. And I goes, oh, you think? Oh, what a retard! He was a bit on the retard.
Yeah, I love Ed. Right, I do. I love Ed. I love Ed. And Ed, you need to go and check out. No, because this is a message to Ed.
All right.
Everything I suggested to you on the call that we had, go and check out how the last show's doing. Just saying.
It's doing well.
It's doing very well.
You're right there. It's doing very, very well.
Yeah, I've nailed it, haven't I? Again. Nailed it again.
And I hate to say it. I hate to say it, girls, but I've had no entries for the snow boobs competition. But nothing.
Do that at the end.
Nothing's dropped in my box.
Well, let's face it. I don't think there's been enough snow.
Oh, there has up here. We had it was this deep.
They're not up there.
Oh, there's loads of people watch us. I mean, we get over 100 views. You can't tell me that no one.
Oh, that's massive. Yeah, massive.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that no one lives in Scotland. It's all our viewership English.
A lot of them are. Or they're Irish living in English, or they're English living in Wales. But that doesn't count because Wales is not a country.
Welsh Wales. Right. Shalini's acting all tough now. She's like, no snow in London. She wouldn't do it anyway.
Look, I'll tell you what, I promise. If I haven't lost all the weight and the snow arrives, I will send you a snow boot.
Have you not had snow at all?
Nothing. Not a drop, not a flake. Unfortunately. Yeah, Shalini, you might not do it. I'll do it for you. I will take the fall. I'm willing.
Right. Okay.
These bad boys will.
So here we go. This is quite apt.
Right.
When you finally get to meet your idol in person, right? So the back of the guy's jacket and the police man and horse.
That's beautiful, baby. That is beautiful. Yeah, that is pretty much exactly where I almost got killed by a police horse whilst live streaming on my mobility scooter.
There you go.
Pretty much exactly there.
Yeah,
right there.
That's pretty much. The juxtaposition is perfect. It might be composited, but it's still good.
It doesn't matter. It's still a beautiful sight.
I tell you what, we'll play a little clip from Charlie, shall we? Your king. Ladies and gentlemen, be upstanding for your king, or not, depending on how you feel.
I pray with all my heart that COP28 will be another critical turning point towards genuine transformational action at a time when already, as scientists have been warning for so long, we are seeing alarming tipping points being reached. Change will come by working together and making it easier to embrace decisions that will sustain our world, rather than carry on as though there are no limits or as though our actions have no consequences.
So, yeah, I'm not going to play any more of that because the guy could send like an insomniac to sleep, couldn't he?
And people can hate me for this, but I struggle with the idea that somebody, just because they came out of the correct bonus hole, as it's now called, thanks to the Wokerati, just because they came out of the correct bonus hole, they have the right to tell us how to live and to rule us and to tell us what to do and tell us, oh yes, we're going to sustain the world we live in together because I am now a king for some reason.
Speaking of kings, then, I'm going to show you how the Queen eats a banana. I haven't shown you this before, have I?
Go on.
This is how the Queen eats a banana.
The Queen's dead, by the way.
Yeah. So she takes the banana and she would cut off the end of it, right? With a knife and fork, both ends, then turn the knife sideways and slide it along the banana, thus releasing it from the skin. And then you would cut off a piece of banana and eat it. That's how royalty eats their bananas. What do you think of that, Ben? You're astounded, aren't you? Yeah.
I was just wondering if that was somebody eating a banana or a certain type of gender swapping surgery.
No, that's how one eats a banana if one's royalty.
Just pick it up and fucking eat it.
No, one. Actually, I don't know why the audio never came through, but the audio in that is even better because he says one simply does not eat a banana like a primate.
But one is a primate.
No, one is not. One's not an ape. There's a complete difference in chromosomes.
Yes, we are Homo sapien. We are Homo sapien.
Homo sapien.
But it depends on what day of the week.
So I was doing some research. This afternoon for Thursday's rabbit hole, right?
You are doing one, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing a rabbit hole, stroke extra carrots, whatever you wish to call it. But Ed won't be back in time to have done any research, so he's a lazy sod. So I'm doing one for us.
With the fishies.
I'm doing the research and I'm watching a video, and one of the comments on the video is, "I love your collection of skulls." Right? I would love to get some of them, as long as they're ethically resourced. I'd just like to know, how does one ethically resource a skull?
I guess the owner of said skull must have had to have donated it to science. I guess
so. An ethically resourced skulls collection.
Yeah, ethically resourced. Yes. I have a little bit of an announcement to make because I did some work behind the scenes, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on Monday the 18th of December, my replacement shall be the one, the only Mr. Adam. He is coming.
He's coming back.
He's coming back. He's replacing me.
You browbeat him into it.
I did.
Okay. Oh
no, I just asked him extremely politely.
Cool.
Please, Adam, to go after John and be all alone.
So
we know what happens when he's all alone. He cries.
Yeah, I'm crying. I'm actually crying just now. I was laughing too much at the ethically resourced skulls. I hate it when I laugh at my own jokes. So the next thing I'm going to say is apparently I just found out Edinburgh Airport's going to be for sale before Christmas. You want to buy it?
50p.
No, I don't know. Apparently it's up for grabs. They're getting rid of it.
I'll tell you what. To the owners of Edinburgh Airport, I will take it off your hands, but you have to buy one of my balls.
That sounds like a fair deal. Right. So talking.
They have to pay me to take it.
Yeah. Talking about rabbit holes. This guy here. Let me see. I'll get you on. This guy here built a rabbit in a tree. That's quite good, isn't it?
Oh, that's beautiful.
The first thing that I thought, the first thing that came to mind to me was, do you remember that Ukrainian cleaner
Oh no.
that assaulted the statue? They're just asking for it, isn't he?
It's just bait, isn't it? It's just bait.
And you know what, Ben? I'd like to point out that despite every time you've said, well, there's us not monetized now, every single video that you've said that in has been monetized.
It has. It's suitable for all advertisers.
Yeah, which makes a change.
Yeah. It does make a change, but I need to talk about something serious for a minute.
Oh, what?
Because anyone who's watched this show or dabbled in the other channel will know that I'm a big proponent, fan, and lover of travel. I love going places. I especially love like resorts and theme parks and things like that. A childhood place that I used to frequent with my family, because let's face it, we never had a lot of money and we still don't have really anything, but was Pontins. Okay. Now, 3 Pontin sites, including the one that we used to always go to, Camber Sands, have been closed, and rumor has it and suggests pretty heavily will be requisitioned by the government to be changed from, granted, probably these days one of the worst holiday resorts on the planet, into housing for the boat people.
Well, you say that. I heard that was for refugees.
That's the boat people, mate.
Is it?
They all call themselves refugees.
Okay. I thought I thought refugees were like people from like Albania, which isn't at war, and Ukraine.
Well, it's just a bit. It's a bit sad, you know.
Of course, it'll be Palestine as well now, because they'll be classified as refugees.
John.
Yeah, you are. They'll be classified as referees. Referees. They'll be classified as. Maybe we should just leave it open for referees. No, they'll be classified as refugees as well, won't they, Palestinians?
Yeah, of course they will. And I'm not suggesting at all that genuine refugees should not be helped, but this is. I mean, I can almost guarantee you I can predict what's going to happen. So let me get my prediction hat on, right? Let me get me prediction glasses on. And are you ready, John?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Pontin's Camber Sands is one of the most disgusting piece of crap places on the planet these days. And the government aren't really known for making things much better. So here's what's going to happen. If this is requisitioned by the government and the boat people are moved in, they're going to moan. They're going to complain. They will be moved from there pretty fucking quickly, and all of a sudden, more 4-star hotels will be requisitioned. Prediction over.
I'd like to make one minor correction to your prediction.
Go ahead.
The government will first have spent millions upgrading the facilities.
I doubt it.
No, I guarantee the government will spend millions upgrading the facilities, and yet the boat people will still moan and still be moved out to 4-star hotels.
Well, yeah, almost definitely. Now, the Rwanda plan was never going to work. It was never going to work because it was always going to be challenged in the courts, and there was always going to be pushback. You love her or hate her, Suella Braverman was right on that. She was absolutely correct, and she was right. Absolutely correct to warn Richland of the necessity for a plan B.
She was 100% right.
However, what people also need to realize is this: every penny that gets spent on requisitioning these sites or requisitioning these hotels or upgrading the facilities, as John said, it's your money. It's every purchase you ever make is taxed in this country. Okay? Every purchase you make is taxed. You got VAT, nearly every purchase. Nearly every purchase. Okay. It's taxed, and every time you buy something, a little bit of that money goes into the pot, shall we say? And then that pot is being, I think, mismanaged by the people at the top. And I will say, even if Labour take power, which they probably will, Prime Minister Keith is almost a dead cert at this point.
Yeah.
it's not going to get any better. It's not.
It's not going to change much.
So what do we do? What can we do? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Oh, I mean, I know what you can do, but you can't really outline it.
Well, this is it. I mean,
because it's effectively regime change, you know.
I can't. Well, I could neither condone or condemn such a
That's
thing.
why I said you can't outline it, because that's
Well,
effectively
exactly.
what you've got to do.
Well, exactly. Do you have anything else for us? Or are we nearing the end?
Hold on.
Hey.
So, I watched Lady Ballers last night.
Yeah, Lady Ballers is the new film, was released on December 1st by the Daily Wire, the conservative podcasting platform, which has now turned content creator in a grander scheme, producing movies. So Lady Ballers is their latest movie, with cameos from all of their podcasters and beyond. John, tell us all about it, because I have not yet seen it. Try and keep it as spoiler-free as possible.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. It's basically the tale of it's basically the tale of wokeness and how it kind of leads to the breakdown of society and how the actions of some small group recover it. Right. It's not expertly told. It's certainly not expertly acted. It's humorous. It's not gut-wrenchingly funny, but it is humorous. There are cameos by Ben Shapiro. He's not there for long. Candace Owens. Senator Ted Cruz. Yeah, and Matt Walsh. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's an innocuous watch. It's all right.
I mean, Jeremy Boring, CEO of or co-CEO of Daily Wire, is the star of this movie. He plays Coach Gibson, I believe is the name. And he's the first to say, first of all, that these people they're not professional actors. Like, everybody's not professional actors in this, but they're just starting up.
It's well lit, well shot. It doesn't come across as like a student movie. It doesn't come across as an indie. It comes across as pretty well made. It's quite polished.
Oh no, this thing cost millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's pretty well polished. It's good.
I mean, they're in Europe at the moment. The Daily Wire are filming an adaptation of the Pendragon Cycle books for their new streaming service, which is called Benk Key.
Right.
They have a streaming service, and it's essentially conservative Disney Plus, right?
Okay.
Or conservative Netflix. They're doing a lot of family stuff, a lot of cartoons and things like that, and also now this Pendragon Cycle and a few other TV shows and movies that they've got in the pipeline, including Snow White and the Evil Queen. And it strikes me as curious, shall we say, that just days after the Daily Wire announced their Snow White movie starring Brett Cooper, all of a sudden Disney pulled their Snow White movie, delay it a year, and put out a rushed picture with 7 CGI dwarfs that were never originally in the movie.
Yeah, I know.
It's curious, that, isn't it? It's very curious.
See, they've also they've basically dumped the Marvels.
Yeah, well, of course they have, because it's a pile of shite. It's incoherent, and it was never going to do well. It was never going to do well.
It's not just not done well. It's the worst, one of the worst opening 4 weeks ever. Not just for a Marvel movie.
Cheers, Kevin Feige. Cheers.
Yeah. So and apparently, what's his name? Who's the boss now? Iger. So he's confirmed he's going to leave at the end of his contract in 2026 if he makes it to 2026. I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I think you're right. The hostile takeover is well underway.
Nelson Peltz is coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Bob. Nelson Peltz and Ike Perlmutter are coming. and they are coming big time.
And Iger will get kicked out. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I know that Peltz is now demanding several board seats, and I believe his own installation as CEO. So take that what you will, but what Nelson Peltz is doing, and this might be confusing to some people, but he's taking his demand directly to the shareholders. So he's outlining to the shareholders how he would run the company, how he would do things, and he's going to force a shareholder vote. So he has millions of shares.
Yeah.
Worth billions of dollars. So he's already got a head start on that vote. Ike Perlmutter has millions of shares worth billions of dollars. He has given all of his voting rights of those shares to Nelson Peltz. They have a big chunk there ready to kickstart this thing. And I think the hostile takeover is certainly incoming. And while we're talking about movies, I think if they succeed, if Nelson Peltz and Ike Perlmutter succeed in their hostile takeover of the Walt Disney Company,
you'll never see Snow White.
Well, no, you may see a Snow White movie.
Yeah, but you'll
never see
that one.
You'll never see the one they shot recently. No. But movies and entertainment will start to return to being movies and entertainment, escapism.
Yeah.
You go there for an hour and a half, 2 hours. You go to be entertained. You be taken out of the real world to see a fantasy story or something like that. And to constantly have the politics and the agendas of the day being shoved down your throat through this medium is not escapism. It just isn't. There are ways you can do it. There are ways. Look at Star Trek, the original series. Most progressive shit going. Always was. But they didn't put it in your face. They just did it. I mean, the first ever interracial kiss on screen.
Yeah.
Star Trek, the original series. Captain Kirk and Uhura.
Yep.
It can be done. But the people writing this shit today, and it is shit, are just fresh out of university, been indoctrinated into extremely strange and incorrect worldviews, and think they know everything. They really do. They think they know everything.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not a lot left. Not a lot left. I want one of these. Can I get one of these?
What are we looking at?
It's a Greta elf. It says "How dare you" on the front.
Look, if you've got a 3D printer, this is a dead cert. This is a money maker right here, people. Absolute dead cert. Come on.
I need one of these.
Have you got the "How dare you" button still?
Yeah.
Press it.
What was that?
That's not it.
Oh, that one then.
How dare you?
There you go. There you go.
How dare you?
Yeah. How dare you?
How dare you?
Dare you? Julie says, "Brilliant. I must make one. We'll make two and send me one."
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll display her proudly. I'll display her proudly so she can sit right here on the mic stand. Yes, it is creepy, and that's why it's fun. Tony Garrett says Kirk and the crew showed that different people could get along even if they disagreed. Bones and Spock, that doesn't play into the division control mechanism. Well, like I said, there was all Star Trek, be it the original series, Next Generation, it was always quote unquote woke. It was, but it was done in such a way that the story came first, the escapism came first, and those things just sort of happened to be the case. It just happened to be, and that's fine, by the way. That's how you do it. How you do it is you serve the audience, you serve the story, you give them something compelling, something entertaining. You don't do it the way that they're doing it now. It's ridiculous. It really is.
Yeah. I don't know who makes these, I don't know who does these, but they're really well done. And if they were real, they'd be fantastic.
I'm still waiting for it. Oh wow, yeah.
Wouldn't that be tremendous? EV starter pack.
Yep. Yep. I mean, that's quite easy to make, but yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it would be
I mean,
cool.
it's certainly, as Lego are doing now, it's certainly a depiction of reality.
Yeah, but
I mean,
they don't actually do that, but it would be cool if they did.
no, did you know you can get a fucking buildable Fender guitar and amp from Lego?
Will it play, yeah?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
No, it's just to look at. It's just to look at, but it's
All
a
right,
replica
okay.
Fender guitar and amp.
Yeah, I bet it costs more than a real one.
Probably. Knowing Lego, yeah.
Yeah, it probably
Knowing
does.
Lego.
Did you know?
You can also.
Did you know that all the Legos fit each other?
Yes.
You know, from Lego to Duplo to Quadro.
Anything made by Lego,
Yeah,
yes, will fit to one another. So, yeah, Hazelini just made it back in time. Plane was late. Rob Bruce says. Plane was late.
Right.
I'm guessing you were flying.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
on a jet plane.
I've only got one left.
Give it to me, baby.
Are you ready? It's an old one, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy.
Yeah. Warwick Davis, I've just finished decorating our Christmas tree. Neil's a guy with a sense of humour.
Did you know?
What, Ben? Did I know what?
So speaking about Disney and movies and entertainment, Warwick Davis recently starred in a TV show sequel to the movie Willow, right?
Did he?
It was released on Disney Plus. But you will never be able to watch it because they deleted it and made it a tax write-off because it was so woke and bad.
Yeah, that's true.
So woke and bad.
That's true.
It was available for I think between 3 and 6 months, and then that was it. Gone.
Oh,
it will never be seen again.
That's a shame. I tell you what will be seen now.
I don't think it is a shame.
I tell you what will be seen for the first time ever. Draft 1 off the Christmas 23 outro.
Are you going to play it?
Yeah, it's all loaded and ready to go.
Oh, I'm excited. Hold on, let me get ready.
So here we go, people. Thank you.
No. I'm not done.
Right,
not
okay.
Yet.
All right, okay.
Not yet. Right. Thank you. If you've enjoyed the show, please hit the like button if you haven't already. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you would like to support us further, you can do so by going to Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent, patreon.com/Chasing Dissent, or you can join us right here on YouTube as a refugee of Veradora by hitting that channel or join button. We appreciate you. We love you. We can't believe that even some of you were with me for an hour before this show over on the other channel. Go subscribe. So
are you done?
Hand it over to you, John.
So thank you, one and all, for attending this episode 273 of Chasing Dissent Live with me, John, and with Ben. And for the first time on this channel, it's the Christmas 23 outro, Draft 1. Here we go. It's been great for you.
The Christmas tree's on fire. Santa's holding the light. song. When I was just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy.
One day.
Just happened. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. My neighbors compete to see who can put up more blinding lights. The kids all wish away the month 'cause they want presents in sight. This year had me so mad, I've been bad, got coal that is sitting under my tree. I think that my Christmas has died. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. When I was just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song.
Which one of you did that?
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet next to me. I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, shit my way, so you can go kick rocks. I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way, so you can go kick rocks. I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.